I am David, also known as Captain Snacks, and I purchased a vending machine empire about a year ago.
Vending machines are all the rage nowadays. My Instagram feed is filled up with guys insisting it is the best way to make passive income in 2024. So I sat down with David, aka Captain Snacks, as he took me around his vending machine empire, and we discussed how much he actually makes, what it actually takes, and is it still worth it to make money.
This one could be half cash.
By about 1 o'clock, I can make what I would have made in a day as a teacher. Good on Cheez-Its? You're welcome.
That is actually what he would have picked.
Oh.
I woke up bright and early to meet at the Captain Snacks headquarters at 9 a.m. on the dot, and we quickly got in his car and sped off to Sam's Club to stock up on snacks for the machines and get there before the store opens for the general public.
You gotta get the black card. If you get the regular membership, you gotta wait till the clock.
Here.
It's the same prices. It just
Oh.
gives you 2 hours. Because if you come back here in the afternoon, this place will be jammed.
Sam's Club was the primary source of inventory for Captain Snacks.
Are there some products that you just discover that you can get a better deal on, like outside of Sam's?
So I get this truck this one. It's called. They bring an 18-wheeler truck, and I try to get as much stuff as I can there, but everything's kind of random.
Sam's Club and other discount stores like Costco let you buy items like snacks in bulk for a discount less than you would pay at a normal store or online. This allows Captain Snacks to get the best margins when selling his products. They also have a feature that allowed him not to pay sales tax when purchasing the item, as he will pay it when people buy the item.
The other great thing about Sam's, and I guess Costco, which we don't have here, but
Yeah.
pay for a membership, so I get tax exempt. You'll see when I check out, I have to pay sales tax to stay in North Carolina, but it's a lot better than the 7% they charge here.
Other stores like Target or Walmart don't have features like this, so you're basically getting double taxed. As we went through the aisles, we started grabbing things that we need for the day. Jerky, cookies, protein bars.
We're going to go down the candy aisle, and I really don't like selling candy. I really rather sell new chocolate, but it sells. But if I had a machine with like a rest area,
Yeah.
or some kinds of anyone, I'd put all kinds of stuff like this. But that's doesn't want. Unless I put these like illusion chocolate
Yeah.
in here. You kind of, sometimes you got to do the math. There's 12 of them in here. It's 14 bucks.
Yes.
I sell them for $2.
Are you like keeping close track of stuff? How much you're paying?
I try to keep my prices simple. So these are 45 cents each. Pack of Oreos. I sell them for $1.25. Ditto on the Nutter Butters. Unit price. So you're trying to at least double it if you can. But again, there's a price to me. They're not going to buy in glass. So these sheets of 85.
Wow.
And this row will be empty where we're going.
Wow.
These things sell out at the lot.
He bought them for 93 cents, so selling them at $2.25 brings him a profit of $1.32 for every one sold. A row of these contains 10 items, so he's making at least $13.20 on this one item every time he fills up.
There's healthy stuff. There's healthy stuff. There's healthy stuff. But no one buying those. People are buying the famous.
Explain to me how the famous Amos cookies were one of his biggest sellers. In any given week, he could sell through 10 at a single machine. He purchased them in a pack of 48 for 40 cents each and usually sold them at $1.25. That means $12.50 a week in that one machine alone, and with 15 machines, that could be $187.
Now I got this melty chocolate stuff. I gotta make this get out of here before the heat of the hour.
Yeah, the front.
And as we drove over, I had a few questions to ask Captain Snacks himself. And after seeing so many videos on YouTube and so many vending machines myself of different price points, I was very curious about how he created his pricing strategy. So how do you figure out your pricing strategy?
Everywhere I go, everywhere I travel, I look at the vending machines. Like all the airport machines, I'm going to look at them, seeing what their price is, because they have the same stuff. Everybody's buying the same stuff at Sam's and Costco.
Yeah.
I was like, how much are they charging for these crackers?
Yeah.
How much are they charging for these chips? Like, they're usually way more expensive than what I'm charging.
Yeah.
But I know they're not making as much money because nobody's buying from these machines in the are cranking. And again, those are the nuances. How many people are walking by this machine that are ready to buy snacks? There's a maximum amount of data that my brain can handle. And as long as I'm staying in the black, and I know just on my simple math that I'm at least doubling my money, or I'm at least making 50 cents off of each item that I'm putting in the machine. Like those protein bars, I'm not quite doubling my money, but I'm making 85 cents each one that I put in. I'm just trying to stay in the black. I think the more interesting data is what is the max I can charge that people are still going to buy this. It's not going to slow sales. I recently raised the cookies. I was selling the cookies for $1 a pack, and then I raised it to $1.25 because every time the row would sell out, like, let's see what happens if I raise it a quarter. And it did slow the sales a little bit because now it's like people can't just put in $1. They got to find that extra quarter.
And you don't have any specific structure either of how often you're like trying a new price out.
I just have a feeling.
The feeling, yeah.
I see
Get
that
the feel
this
for it.
row is really something. Like, I know those kids are going to buy that whole row of Oreos.
Yeah.
I might as well crank it up another quarter.
Right.
But if I crank it up another quarter, then they're going to be like, nah, that's the breaking point. That's the price that I'm interested in. There's fluctuation. There's a school group coming in, or there's a cheerleading camp or whatever coming in.
Oh, you know it's gonna
Those
happen.
kids, I could charge $2 for those Oreos.
Yeah.
They're still going to buy them. But it's only going to happen that week. There's a lot of fluctuation in sales.
Right.
It made sense. Affluent customers were huge for being able to charge more and also was having a captive audience. It's how the movie theater is able to charge so much more for popcorn than you can get at the convenience store, or how Disney World is able to charge so much more for food than you can charge in another location. But getting in those locations is always tough. We're talking about airports or rest stops at highways where there aren't any other options available. But one avenue that is available, just harder to get, is getting a vending machine in a school.
For instance, say like the private school, that's still where you're charging like the most for those snacks there.
Correct. If you can get a school account and they have cash and credit card, those are the golden locations.
The biggest takeaways were locations are one of the most important things when it comes to vending machines. I thought back to the Alex Hormozy quote about the biggest thing to succeed for a hot dog vendor wasn't his ability to make the best hot dogs, it was a starving crowd. By having a starving crowd, that hot dog vendor will succeed the most. The vending machine that's in front of the biggest audience ready to buy snacks and wanting them will do the best, coupled by the financial standing of those people.
You'll just notice all the
Yeah.
people coming in, just constantly streaming into this. Same thing with the downtown. Any hour I go there, it doesn't matter what hour I go to fill it.
Are there certain locations you're filling up like every single day, or is it?
No. I have seen YouTube videos. You've got like some industrial work site where you're filling it up once a day.
Yeah.
Some guy was like filling up the spot like more than once a day, which is crazy. They've got like 3 shifts of workers coming in there. But I do not want to do that.
Yeah.
That is not the
That'd be a lot.
lifestyle that I want to be leading.
We pulled up to the first location, loaded up all the snacks into a dolly, and ran them inside.
Bring in the heavy, chocolatey, melty stuff in first. And then I'll go make another run for the chips and stuff.
What's crazy about vending machines is it's 19th century technology, and it's barely changed at all in their 200 years of existence.
Time warp 1990s. Wow. They just had these little error codes where the spirals kind of get untweaked.
It's simply just a motor powering a coil that spins around and puts out the snack. And this actually works out for a large number of reasons.
We'll go to one of these machines that I do own, and I will explain to you why I'm about to sell. These things break all the time.
That's it.
Lots of moving parts.
Captain Snacks took me through the basics of how the machine works.
And then I can go through and look at how many of each product have we sold. So, for example, the honey stickers. This is an exclusive product offered by Captain Snack. I can scroll down to that. They're $2 each, and I've sold 8 of them since I was here 5 days ago. So fill these out. So each time, so here's like, I'm gonna make $1 there, I'm gonna make $1 there, $1 there, $1 there.
After stocking up the first half, we went to check the money.
About a third of my sales are in cash.
Third, okay.
It really varies from machine to machine.
But I'm guessing at this one, it might be, this one could be half cash. So there's some 5s in there. I gotta sort that through and count it. The fun part, it's this kind of old school menu screen. So there it shows you the cash totals. This is the resettable sales data. In theory, in that bag is $172.50. And then in credit card sales, there's $191.25.
This machine had made nearly $360 in 5 days, and Captain Snack City aims for at least half profit on every sale. And this is one of his 12 machines, so you can see how that number adds up quickly. If each one of the machines is doing those numbers, that could be over $3,000 in profit in any given week. Now, there's a couple other fees that Captain Snacks is charged. It's not just profit from this point out. This starts out with his credit card fee.
$10 a month per machine, per reader, flat fee of 10 cents per item, plus 6% or 5.95%. So the credit card company is making hundreds of dollars off me every month, every week.
His credit card processor will charge him a fee to process and read the cash, as well as process the credit cards and Apple Pay. He also has to pay for any repairs that the machine needs. Some of the locations will charge a percentage of his total sales or profit, and Captain Snacks maintains his office, where he does his work and has some of his inventory stocked. One of the things about inventory is he told me he likes to keep the inventory low, so you aren't paying for inventory that's not stocked up, because that is just cash that is sitting somewhere and not being utilized.
I want my inventory to be in my machines, because if it's not in the machines, it's not going to be selling and making money.
One thing I noticed though was Captain Snack's pricing was very reasonable. Once we closed up the machine, we loaded up all the leftovers into the dolly and went back into the car. As we went to the next machine, I really wanted to get a feel for how he got into this business and what background was needed.
So my friend Josh, both of his sons I had taught in middle school, and I knew he was a vending machine guy, and I knew where some of his machines were located. I was like, God, this machine is in a primo location. So I just started talking to him about like, hey, are you thinking about selling? And he was like, actually, I am. We started talking and negotiated a price. But yeah, I was like, I think that's a fair price. I think it's a good price considering that these machines are already in established location. And thought, this is my ticket. I'm gonna make the leap.
So was the trigger point for you just him being ready to sell?
It was the combination of me being ready to be done with my middle school teaching job. I had money that I had saved up and I was ready to invest. I had the money. I thought the price was fair. He wanted to just take the money and be done. He's like, here you go. Here's the key. But I convinced him to train me over a longer time frame. We split the profits for about 6 months. And he taught me the nuances before I made the full leap.
It was pretty inspiring to see that he was able to make the jump like that, become his own boss from being a school teacher before. It goes to show how it is possible for anyone if they put in the work or find the right opportunity. But as it turns out, it wasn't all smooth sailing and things almost went south fast right after he acquired the business.
Have there been any like big issues that have emerged?
I was just sort of coming into the business and I was at the very beginning where I knew we had this snack machine in just really primo location, but it was coupled with a drink machine, which was very troublesome and would break a lot and would fix it and it would break again. And it was just there for the employees of this brewery, but it got to the point where they were losing money and got mad and they said, you're fired, take these machines out of here. So we lost that contract. That was bringing in probably $400 or $500 a month in income for me, just that one machine.
Yeah. As we drove to the next machine, a big question I was wondering was about the types of different vending machines. We had just seen a snack machine, but I knew from YouTube about all the different types of vending machines that were out there. So I asked him about what type of machines he has and what was his preference about which machines to work with.
These things, the only thing that's going to break is something interchangeable, like a little motor, switch out a motor or a spiral, or the wiring. If a can of Coke spills, like I got to spend 20 minutes cleaning up the mess. They're heavy, like I'm about to get a hernia. I don't want to deal with drinks anymore. But the main issue is that these machines are much more challenging to fix. The drink machine that's in there is breaking all the time. Like there's an out of order sticker up at least every other time. So they're constantly a pain.
It was very interesting insight, but it all made a lot of sense. And of course, there's other machines out there, ATMs, gumball machines, and all sorts of different types of vending machines that definitely shouldn't be overlooked, but this was his terrain, and it does make sense to work with all the same types of inventory and different things. After stopping by, filling it up, we finally drove back to the Captain Snacks office, and he broke down the behind the scenes of the operation.
Welcome to the Captain Snacks office. And for a person who enjoys organizing things, stacking things, this could be the job for you. In general, I want to keep my inventory in here relatively low. I want to have some supplies, but I don't want to have too much. I want my inventory to be in my machines, because if it's not in the machines, it's not going to be selling and making money. So each morning I'm coming in, figuring out which machines I'm going to go fill, and then I'm stocking what I need for those machines. But I spend a lot of time packing up boxes and unpacking boxes in my prep work and my cleanup work here. I'm paying a company which sells credit card readers. Each machine has its own credit card readers that you install in the machines, which runs off of a cell phone signal. So you've got a little antenna, which is taking contact with Apple Pay and then any chip card, swipe card. It's pretty awesome because I can look at any machine like, okay, we just filled up my handy dandy paper chart here shows me I filled it last on May 30th. This will show me a list of every machine that I have, how much it has sold to date. I've got 20 machines, and I scroll down to the downtown. So it sold $230 since I filled it up last week. And my par for that machine is $325. So the downtown one, I'm probably gonna need to go there tomorrow or the next day. So that's how I'm just checking it. This is the data which enables me to know when do I need to go fill a machine. Or if there hasn't been sales in a while, like what's wrong? Is something broken? Do I need to go fix it?
It all seemed incredibly inspirational how he was able to achieve this, learn from someone who had done it before, and succeed as an entrepreneur so quickly. I had to ask him, do you have any advice for people coming up trying to start their own vending machine business?
I have learned that anyone can fill a vending machine. It's a simple business. You buy low, sell high. You want to double your money at least from your wholesale price, put the snacks in, take the money out. So the vending machine business can be a great money maker for anyone. The great challenge of the vending machine business is finding a prime location for your machine. And that requires some legwork and getting a business card and making contacts, trying to build relationships and convince a business that you think would be a profitable place to put a machine, that you would like to put a machine there. But it's fun, it can free up a lot of your time, and you can work your own schedule.
After spending my day with Captain Snacks, I felt like vending machines could be a great entry into the world of entrepreneurship, where you can own a business without buying a full storefront or going full in on some concept, where you can get started by buying a machine for just a few $1,000s and finding a location. And if you want to learn from Captain Snacks himself, you can click down in the bio right now and join the waitlist to work with him one-on-one.